guys, welcome back to As Told by Kenya. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Endless Summer Vacation by Miley Cyrus. I went on 2 road trips since this album came out, and I listened to this album front to back, side to side, and so I have my rankings. I genuinely do not believe my rankings will ever change, and I usually don't feel that way about an album. I think I'll go back and forth, but I've listened to this album so much that I genuinely think these are my rankings until the end of time. So like overall thoughts, this album is one of my favorite Miley Cyrus albums. Now you have to listen to me and listen to me good. A lot of people's favorite Miley Cyrus album is Plastic Hearts, especially like general pop, like regular people, locals. Plastic Hearts is their favorite Miley Cyrus album, and as someone who has listened to every single Miley Cyrus album front to back, side to side, Plastic Hearts is not my favorite Miley Cyrus album. It's not even my top 2 favorite Miley Cyrus album, and I can say, and maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit, I like this album more than I like Plastic Hearts. I like Plastic Hearts, but we've been sitting with Plastic Hearts for what, almost 4 years now? 3 years, 4 years now, and so like, I know how I feel about Plastic Hearts. I would have to see what I feel about this album in 3 to 4 years to really compare, but right now, I love more songs on this album than I love on Plastic Hearts. I think Plastic Hearts has that initial hit factor. Every single song just blasts out your stereo. It's loud, it hits you, and the songs are really good. Endless Summer Vacation is not that same vibe. You have more of an airy vibe, you know? You have more of, like, I would say growers. Like, you have to really listen to the song for it to really, like, ooh, to really see what Miley is doing on each and every song. So I think that's pretty much the difference between both albums, and that's why I think when Plastic Hearts came out, everyone was like, whoa, oh my fucking god. And then in this album, people are like, I don't know. It's 100% because the vibe of Endless Summer Vacation and Plastic Hearts, like, it's always going to have that reaction. But I've listened to Endless Summer Vacation at least 20, 30 times. At least 20, 30 times at this point. And so I know my feelings about this album, and I love it. I genuinely love it. To me, this is Miley Cyrus at her best. I have said this before. I love Pop Miley. Pop Miley is my favorite Miley. A lot of people like Rock Miley, and that's why they love Plastic Hearts. Pop Miley is my favorite Miley, and I just love when Miley just uses her voice in a pop way. And this album means a lot to me. And of course, there's gonna be people who are gonna be like, "You just biased girl. You just biased girl. You do not like the album like that." But oh, you're wrong. But oh, you're wrong, my friend. There are plenty of Miley albums I do not like. Like, I don't like Younger Now. Like, I didn't like Younger Now the night it came out, and I still don't like Younger Now. Now, I still, like, I'm willing to say when something of, like, my faves make, I do not enjoy. And so, like, I don't enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy this album, I would say it don't matter. Like, what would me disliking the album do? So I would have no problem coming on here and saying, but I genuinely do not get the people who are just like, this shit sucks, I don't get it. I genuinely do not. Like, I've, like, listened to it so I could come on here and give objective thoughts about, like, why people would dislike it, but when you listen to those first 4 songs, I'm hearing Miley at her best. I am hearing Miley at her best. My vinyl came. Sometimes I open up my vinyl, sometimes I don't, but, like, let me show you how my vinyl looks. Because, yes, of course I bought the vinyl. And I love it. I can't wait to play it. I genuinely cannot wait to play it. So let's see how she look on the inside. Rip her open. I got the red one. Because, I don't know, it felt like a vibe. So, yeah. I might play her today. But, yeah, I got the red one. I got my vinyl because, unlike you people, I support my faves. I support my faves with, like, real money. I put real money and real backing behind my faves. So, yes, my Endless Summer Vacation vinyl. But what we're going to do today is what I always do in album ranking stuff. I like to rank the songs, and that is what we are going to do today. We are going to rank 13 songs, 12 songs, because you have to keep in mind the Flowers demo is on here. I want to get the Flowers demo out of the way because I didn't include in the ranking. It's masterful. I like the Flowers demo more than I like Flowers, the song. The Flowers demo goes perfectly in this album. It like closes out this album so well. That's another thing I want to give Miley just in general thoughts. This is Miley's best sequencing of songs on an album. I've listened to all Miley albums, and this is the best sequencing that she has done in an album. The album sounds the best of all her albums played all the way through. It all makes sense. Nothing seems out of place. It just flows from next song to next song. It all just feels like one complete project. I believe this is her most complete project of all of her projects. I don't want to gush because it's going to sound like it's going to get too stanny. It's going to get too stanny. But yeah, I'm going to rank 13 songs. So I'm going to start from least favorite to favorite. I think, yeah, I don't think, are these, we'll talk about each song, okay? We'll just talk about it. So at number 12 is Wonder Woman. And I'm going to tell you exactly why this song is at Wonder Woman. You ever stayed up late at night watching Nick at Night when you was a kid, and that commercial about the like dogs who need help come on, and you hear those in the arms of an angel? That's exactly what this song sounds like. That's exactly what this song sounds like. It sounds like that commercial. She's singing in the exact same way. It sounds like that. The piano sounds the exact same. And so like it's to that. I think 10 years ago, young me would have eaten up a song like this. But me today, I'm just like, what am I? Fine. It's fine. It's fine. She sounds good. She's giving a good vocal performance, but like it's not moving me in any way, you know? It's not moving me in any way. So number 12 goes to Wonder Woman. But I do want to say on her Disney Plus special, she ate this song down. It's so good on the Disney Plus special. And I wish she would have given us like a demo for this one as well. Because on the Disney Plus special, it eats. But on the album, it's just like, not for me. Let's move on to number 11. This will cause a little bit of like, whoa, Kenya. At number 11, I'm putting Muddy. Yes, I am putting Muddy right here. I said all of the songs on this album make sense, but if one song I feel like could have been like left off, first of all, this album is just not long, so there's no reason to leave anything off, but I'm sure if I went through Miley Cyrus's computer and saw some songs that she didn't put on the album, I could find a song that should take Muddy's spot. I could find a song on her laptop that could have took Muddy's spot and made more sense. I just think where Muddy comes along on the album, it's the first time on this album where I'm just like, okay, next song. Okay, next, like, it just doesn't move me. I love Get the Fuck Out of My House with that shit. Like, it sounds so fun to say, but every other song has kind of this, like, airy vibe, like I said earlier, and you kind of have to let it, like, grow on you before you know it, you're singing with it. And Muddy is more of that Plastic Hearts, boom, boom, boom type sound. And so it just, to me, it just doesn't take me there because I'm already in a vibe that isn't the vibe of Muddy. Like, I could see Muddy on Plastic Hearts. Sia on the outro, like, fine. Like, Sia is the feature artist on this, and it's fine. Like, do we need Sia to be on the outro? I don't think so. Like, Muddy doesn't do it for me. Muddy just does not do it for me in the way, and I think people who don't like this album put Muddy at their top, like some of their top, because what they really don't like the sound of the album, and Muddy doesn't sound like a lot of the album. So Muddy, like I said, it has that hit factor, so a lot of people like it. But as someone who is adoring this album, Muddy just don't do it for me. Muddy just does not do it for me. So it's sitting here at number 11. It's perfectly fine, but Miley Cyrus kind of has songs. It's kind of bangerish, like, and I would rather listen to bangers. And I would rather listen to bangers if I'm going to do that, you know? So not for me. The next one goes to the second single on this album, River. River, the chorus on River is so good. You flow like a river. I love it so much. But I find myself after like the first verse and then we get the first chord, like being over it. Like it just doesn't, once I hear the song, I want to go back and listen to some of the songs early on the album that I really, really enjoy. So River Goes right here is just not, I think it's really good for a single. A lot of people have been going back and forth on, is this a good second single? Like with what is on the album, because there's some songs that I think could make good singles, but you want to save something for the album. You want to save something for the girls who are going to go listen to the album. So I think it's good that certain songs have been saved. So River to me is a good single. It sets you up for the album. If you haven't pressed play on the album and you listen to River, you're not going to be like, whoa, this has absolutely nothing to do with that. Like, where did this come from? It's a really good song. I love the video. The video is amazing. I like the video better than I like the song. I love the video, but the song is good. Like, we're getting into the songs I think are good. Once we get past the next two, I'm getting into the songs I think are great. No, once we get past the next one, I'm talking about the songs that I think are fucking great. But this, I think River's good. River's good, but I'm not just rushing to get into my Jeep to go like play River, It's fine to me. It's fine to me. It's also a song I think could be on another Miley Cyrus album, but it fits here. I think all the songs fit on Endless Summer Vacation, but River is just, I go back. The next song, it goes to number 9. Now, I want to be very clear. At this point, I ain't got nothing against none of these songs. At this point, I don't have nothing against none of these songs. Like I said, Wonder Woman is the only song like I really like when I listen to the album in all of its glory. I don't make it a Wonder Woman. I go right to the Flowers demo. Like, that's the only song. But number 9 goes to You. Now, if you are a Miley Cyrus fan, you know that we heard You for the first time at the 2020, going into 2022 New Year's, Miley Cyrus New Year special. She played it at the end. So we've heard this song for 2 years. We've heard this song for a year and a half at this point. And then she released it again on her live album. Miley likes to do that. Miley, it's like how we have too many versions of Heart of Glass, if you ask me. We have too many versions of Heart of Glass. What I was about to say? Yeah. So we've heard this song for a really long time. So when I saw it was going to be on the track list, I'm not going to lie. I went, child. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first saw it on the track list, I said, child, like, keep it, child. That's what I said. That's what I said. But clearly something has changed because it's sitting number 9 on this list. Miley Cyrus is making me eat crow. You is perfectly placed on this album. It goes perfectly on this album. This song got some new titties and a BBL because this song is a lot better than I've heard it in the past 2 times. Like before, I never really cared for it on the live album, and then when she played it on the New Year's, I liked it, but like it was nothing I really needed to hear. No, this thing, got a little lift to it. I like it. I think it comes in at the perfect time on the album to just be like, ooh. Like at first I'm just like, it's You, but no, it's really good. And then I really love the ending. I love what she did, the instrumentation she added to it for the first time for us hearing. Like, I loved it on this album, and I thought I was not going to. So I'm eating crow on that. I love You. I think it's perfectly placed, and You, I am wrong. You are right. You is number 9 on this list. Let's move on to number 8. Number 8 goes to Flowers. So for all of you people who thought I actually didn't like Flowers, I still love Flowers. I think Flowers, okay, so you guys, I was getting some Chinese food the other day. And there's a dance studio, but it's an adult dance studio right beside my Chinese food joint. And guess what they was playing? Flowers. They were having this big old party, and they was playing Flowers. Graduations, funerals, and weddings. Graduation, funerals, and weddings. Like, what can I tell you? Flowers is a hit. People have all different types of things they want to say about Flowers' success. Flowers is a street hit. They playing it on the streets because a lot of time, no shade to none of the girls. But a lot of times, these songs that be hits don't really be hits on the streets. They don't be hits on the streets. Flowers is a hit on the streets. The kids are singing it. The mothers are singing it. The kids, the girls are singing it. Everyone is singing it. Like, it's a hit. It's a hit. I don't know what to tell you. People know the words. If right now, If you want, in the past 2 years, if you want to play a song that get the crowd going, put on Flowers. Put on Flowers. Like, it is like a hit. It's a hit. Miley got herself a hit. And Flowers sits right here at number 8 because I still think it is good. But the thing is, does Flowers like go into the album? I don't know. Like, when I listen to the album in full, I think it's just going to be her Flowers. Flowers would go probably in the list of like, it's like it kind of fits, but it doesn't really sound like the rest of the album in a way. But it makes sense to be there, but I don't know. So we have 6 and 7. 7 and 6. 6 and 7, however you want to do it. I go back and forth. On where I put these 2 songs. The 2 songs I am discussing is, we'll say at 7. At 7, Violet Chemistry. Yep, I'm gonna say it officially. These are the 2 that if something were to change, it would change now. But at 7, I'm gonna put Violet Chemistry. The bridge. Finger, mixing all the colors like we're making a Monet. May not be eternal, but nocturnal, nothing more. Whoever wrote that, if Miley wrote that her damn self, I don't know who wrote that part, but you ate down. That bridge is so good. That bridge on that song is so good. And Miley did not perform this on the backyard session for Disney. And like, I'm going to file a complaint. At Disney for her doing that because that makes no sense. The fact that I don't have a live version of that right now, it is so good. It is such pop perfection. Violet Chemistry is pop perfection. We're getting into the songs right now from Flowers up where I don't understand how you guys can say this is a bad album. Like, this is the part where I just start to stand. I don't see, starting from Flowers on up on my list, none of these songs are great. Like, not only do I think these songs are good, I think this is Miley firing on all cylinders. In her Disney Plus special, she said when she was making this album, she wanted to combine all the stuff that she has done in her career for music and make one project that like kind of just, you know, is the actualization of all of that. And I believe she did it. With these 8 on up, so starting at Flowers on up, I believe she did it. You have that rock, you have that country, you have that pop, and it's all coming together. I believe this is the most Miley album. This is the first time, like, Plastic Hearts, you knew Miley was making like a rock album. Younger Now, I don't even know. I don't even know what she was making. Then you have bangers. You have that like hip hop influence. And then you have something like She Is Coming. And like, this is the first time where I feel like we're getting all of that into a mature Miley album. This is a Miley album. Like she said on the Disney Plus special, I don't think anyone can make this album. But Violet Chemistry is just, she's firing on all cylinders. Like, I'm listening to it in my head, and it's just that bridge. Like, it's just so poppy. Like, she didn't forget her roots as a pop star, and I love it. So 6 is, this gets to like biggest jump, the thing I didn't see coming, which is ironic because of the song, Wild Card. At first, when I first heard Wild Card, I actually thought it would be on the lower part of my list. And then I saw some of my friends, they was putting Wild Card kind of high. And so I said, let me really get Wild Card her tens. Let me really listen to her and see what she's doing. And so I played her. And I played her again. And before, you know, I'm a wild card. Like, it just became a part of my life. It's the song I think I quote the most. It's the song I think I sing to myself the most. It's the song when I'm going through the track list, I can't wait for it to come. So I think I'm going to put it at 6 because I look forward to Wild Card coming on more than I look forward to Violet Chemistry coming on. Wild Card is a grower, I think. Unless you're one of those people who loved it from the beginning, which is a lot of people. But it's a song for me that had to be a grower, but now I'm obsessed. It's so funny. This album has not even been out a week, and I don't know how I lived without this album in my life. Like, it's just so a part of my being at this point. Like, I listen to it day and night. I absolutely adore it. Let's move into number 5. Controversy, Handstand. Handstand, either you get it or you don't. Either you understand what Miley Cyrus is doing with Handstand, or you do not. So at first you get like the spoken word part, which a lot of people do this on their album these days. Like it's kind of like getting a resurgence of having like this, like you speaking over a beat type thing. You have these moments, like this is a thing that's kind of coming back into music. And at first, I'm just like, I know what Miley's trying to do here. I've heard it on other people's albums. But then Miley starts doing with a fucking handstand. It's so good. My other hand is busy, so I use my left hand. It's so good. Handstand is at number 5, and it's moving. It's moving up. It's trending up. It's at number 5, and it's trending up. I love this shit. I play it on repeat. On repeat sometimes, because sometimes I think I'm going to do like listening to the entire album all the way through, and then I'll get to Handstand and I'll just keep repeating it. I'll keep repeating, like it's so good. At first I like, it plays and I'm just like, okay, Miley's talking and I'm just like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have repeated it. And then it gets into the part, you questioning the science because you don't understand how I'm doing what I'm doing in a fucking handstand. It's so good. Like, it's so good. It's a song. Like, I really think if you're someone who listened to the album the night it came out and you haven't gone back and revisited it, I want you to go revisit Handstand. Like, I really, really do. So many of these songs, I want people to just go back and like really listen to, because it's one thing to like listen to an album all the way through and be like, okay, I got my feel for it. No, this album is an album you have to continue to listen to in order to really get the nuances of it, in order to really like appreciate what is going on. And Handstand is one of those songs. Like, you really gotta see what my girl is doing. I love Handstand. Handstand is at number 5, and if you might, I say my list isn't gonna change, but if you catch me in 3 weeks, we might be in the top 2. I love fucking Handstand. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. 4. Jaden. Number 4 is Jaden. Jaden is going to go down to me as the most Miley songs I've ever heard. It is the most Miley. What's so funny, Miley has at this point had a 17-year career, and there's so much music. Miley has made so many songs. That's what's so crazy, and I don't think people give Miley credit for. She has been making music for so long. Like, when you take the Hannah Montana stuff and then you take this, Meet Miley Cyrus came out in 2008. She has been making music for so goddamn long, and somehow the songs don't all sound the same. She is still continuing to change things up. But what I appreciate about Miley and what I love about Pop Miley is when you hear a song that's like Hannah Montana coded, you hear a song that's like Meet Miley Cyrus coded, and I think from these next 4 songs up, they are so Meet Miley Cyrus coded. They are so like her early work coded. Like, I just love it. I love when it just feels like, I love when an artist has like history that they can pull from. Like, they have certain ways in which they sang on a, for example, on Heated, when Beyonce like is saying petty, 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 petty in like the background of Heated, and like she's pulling from Top Off, which she did with Shining, which she did with DJ Khaled. I love that. I love when artists like pull back from things in the past and bring certain things like back. And with Jaden, it's so Miley. It's so Miley. Like, it's just such a Miley song. And it's like, I'm sorry, it's Hannah Montana coded. It's Meet Miley Cyrus coded. It's just so Miley. Jaden is such a Miley song, and I just think it's the best of a Miley song. What I appreciate about this album, I keep saying what I appreciate, is that if you're someone who loves her early work like I do when I became a Miley stan, so think Breakout. Y'all know I love Breakout. I'm a Breakout girl. She's doing that at a higher level. She's doing that with her new voice, you know? And so I just appreciate it. I love Jaden. Jaden is so fucking good. So it's at number 4. Number 3 goes to the most surprising song on the album. I love Brandi Carlile. I've been a Brandi Carlile fan for quite a long time. I love Brandi Carlile. But when I saw she was going to be on a Miley album, obviously I assumed it was going to be country coded, because Brandi Carlile makes country music, but it's like more country coded. It's not like country, you know? It's country coded. So when I saw Brandi Carlile and Miley Cyrus going to do a song together, I was just like, okay, like obviously I think I'm going to like it because I like Brandi, I like Miley, but I didn't think I was going to like really, really love it. I really, really fucking love it. Brandi Carlile, 1,000 Miles comes in at number 3. Brandi Carlile, fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. It's amazing on the Disney Plus special. It's amazing. When you first listen to it, you think it's going to give you Wonder Woman vibes. When it first comes on, you're like, ooh, this is going to give Wonder Woman vibes. But then you like keep on listening to it, and it sounds so good. And what I love about the collab is that part when Brandi Carlile comes in and they both start singing together, it really feels like a duet. It's giving duet. I love it. I love it. This is, oh my gosh. Like I said, once again, Miley pulling from other things, because you get Younger Now, which is more of a country album. And this is what Younger Now should have sounded like. This is what Younger Now should have sounded like. It's so good. 1,000 Miles comes in at number 3. So we at the top 2. I do not think I've ever seen this song in anyone's top 2, but I'm sure it has been, and I could be wrong. But number 2 goes to Rose-Colored Lenses. So good. I think this song is getting, this song at this point is underrated. It's underrated. Every time I see it sitting at the middle of people's list, the bottom of people's list, I'm like, ooh, y'all dead wrong. Ooh, y'all are dead wrong. Rose-Colored Lenses is fucking amazing. It's fucking endless summer vacation. I told myself I wasn't going to sing in this because I can't sing, but like that ain't never stopped me. When did they ever stop me? Rose-Colored Lenses is fucking amazing. It's the song that I like. If I don't want to listen to the entire album start to finish, I turn on. If I just want to listen to one song, like while I'm driving, I just turn on Rose-Colored Lenses. It is just I love a beachy song. I love a nice little breezy song. We can stay like this forever. Like it's the song. It's the song of the album, if you ask me. It genuinely, to me, is the song of the album. I love Rose-Colored Lenses. So that brings me to, I am going to fight for this song to the death. I am going to fight for this song to the death. Island. A song like Island has to grow on a lot of people. And those people are tasteless. A song like Island to a girl like me, I get it right away. I get it right away. Mama said, girl, smoke 'em if you got 'em. It's so good. It's so good. A lot of people needed the Disney Plus special to appreciate Island. Oh, I'm not you. Island is the best song on this album. I don't care what no one says. Island has moved into my top maybe 5 favorite Miley Cyrus songs of all time. I played that shit out. This album ain't even been out a week and I done played it out. There have been times where I have played this song on repeat 15 times. I love it so much. I am island high. I don't understand people who don't get it. I don't understand people who put it in their bottom. It is so breezy. It is so, and then I love the message of the song. Like Miley Cyrus was talking about, and she didn't have to tell me what the message of the song was because I got it the first time. But Miley Cyrus was talking about how like Miley Cyrus is kind of a recluse these days. You don't see Miley Cyrus out and about bopping like, you know, you might have seen back in the day. And she was talking about how in her life now, she's kind of built her own little like island. She's kind of built her own little like ecosystem, and she doesn't really need to be like a part of the mix. She doesn't need to do all of that. But she's built this thing to protect herself, you know, protect herself from all the, you know, dangers of the outside world when you're someone who's famous, obviously, or when you're just a regular person. Think yourself, staying in the house because you don't want to deal with all the stuff that comes with outside the house. But she asked herself, is she comfortable? Is she comfortable in this place that she's built? And is this amazing? And should everyone strive to be as stress-free as she is? Or has she just cut herself off from the rest of the world and she's not actually living? She's not actually growing. She's not actually changing and evolving and experiencing new things. So it's this thing, have you built your own like sanctuary where everything is great and that's how you should live? Or have you just kind of locked yourself in a prison of your own creation? That's the idea she's playing with Island. Like, is this paradise or am I just stranded? Am I just locked up for no absolutely reason because I'm afraid of all the other things around? It's fear keeping me from the things that I truly desire, you know? That's what the question of Island is, and it's so good. And it's so good. So that's my endless summer vacation. If you need a little recap, this is what it is. At 12, we're looking at Wonder Woman. Sorry, girl. Then at 11, we got Muddy. Sorry to you too, girl. Then we got 10 with River. We got 9 You, 8 Flower, 7 Violet Chemistry. I want to say Violent. It's Violet Chemistry. 6, we have Wow. I'm a wild card. Love it. 5 Handstand. Maybe you just didn't get it the first time. Maybe it got to grow on you. I don't know. 4 Jaden. It's a fucking shame that anything like that. 3,000 miles, 2 rose-colored lenses. There's something about it just makes you wanna bob your shoulder. So good. And then number 1 is Island. That's my rankings. That's my rankings. Go listen to Endless Summer Vacation, Miley. You did the thing. So good. I have my vinyl. It's great. Anyways, you want to know something so fucking crazy? Miley Cyrus is like the same height as me, and I have like no legs. Like, I have no legs. I do not have long legs, but Miley's legs look like they are like miles long, but she's literally like 5'5", 5'6". It's crazy. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one.